Let's keep on going. Dr. King was murdered because he was on the brink of an economic revolution. Right after he left Memphis, Tennessee, guess where Dr. King was headed? Back to Atlanta and on to D.C. for the breadbasket campaign, the poor people's campaign. He was going to erect a tent city. Martin Luther King was going to take poor Americans of every race to Washington, D.C., and they were going to erect a tent city, and they were going to live in D.C. till everybody left with a house and a job. It would have embarrassed America. They had to kill him. It would have embarrassed America. They had to kill him. It would have embarrassed America. Dr. King was murdered for the very same thing we're talking about right now, economic apartheid. Why did they murder Dr. King if this is supposed to be a democracy? If everybody has a chance, all you got to do is work hard and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's a damn lie. This is not a democracy. It is a white aristocracy. The rule of rich whites over poor blacks. It is a white aristocracy. The rule of rich whites over poor blacks. Let's continue. The 5 largest white landowners in America own more wealth, the 5 largest white landowners own more land than all of black America put together. I'm going to say it again. The 5 largest white landowners in America own more land than the entire black America put together. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to say it again. Please take notes. Please do your research. The top 5 white landowners in America, 5 people own more land than the entire black America put together. And you're telling me the most important thing I can do is go vote. You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. And guess what? We're going to talk about reparations tonight, too. I'm going to give you Dr. Umar's reparations package. I'm going to give you the Prince of Pan-Africanism reparations package. See, Marcus Garvey is the father of modern reparations. You understand me? He sent a delegation to the League of Nations to give us the former German territories after the World War. Garvey is the father of reparations. But these fake social net group, anti-African, Negro tribalism movements, they haven't even given you a reparations package because they are not visionary. They're not leaders. They're not organizers. They're hustlers and pimps who trying to get paid off of a hot trend, which is why I don't have to pay attention to them, because 10 years from now, they won't even be around no more. 10 years from now, they won't even be around no more. You don't have to go to war with a hustler. You don't have to go to war with a pimp. You don't have to go to war with an opportunist. Just wait him out. Do your job, and the rest will take care of itself. It's Pan-Africanism or perish. It's Pan-Africanism or perish. Let's continue. The average black family, listen to this. I need another sip of water. Better yet, I need a chip one time. Make sure y'all donate. Make sure y'all donate. Oh, we're going to talk about the historically black colleges too. Oh, they coming up. I got them in my assessment. We're going to talk about the presidents of the historically black colleges and universities. We're going to talk about these presidents of the historically black colleges and universities because they ain't been doing their job. The presidents of the HBCUs have been selling us out. I'm going to say it again. The presidents of the HBCUs and the black pastors of America have been selling us out. I'm going to talk about the HBCU presidents too. That's right. I'm going to talk about reparations too. That's right. I'm going to talk about the black church too. That's right. You listening to the Prince. Let's get into it. Listen to this statistic. Listen to this statistic. The average black family would need 228 years to build wealth that is equal to a white family. I hope you hold me. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Brothers and sisters, did you hear what I just said? According to the research, the average black family would need 228 years. 228 years in order to grow the wealth of the average white family, brothers and sisters. Did y'all hear that? The reason I need you to donate is because we have 2 schools in Wilmington, Delaware that we purchased last year, 1 week before the Honorable Frederick Douglass's birthday. On February the 7th of 2019, we bought 4 buildings, including 2 schools in Wilmington, Delaware. A former black charter school campus now belongs to you. A former black charter school campus in Wilmington, Delaware is now the property of the African race. It is the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, RBG, International Leadership Academy. We have been struggling for the past year and a half to get the renovations done inside the schools. The schools are in excellent condition. The elementary school, which is the Garvey School, is right across the street from the high school, which is the Douglass School. Right now, the electric system is being totally refabricated, rehashed, renovated, repaired. New Year's Day, the electric will be done. New Year's Day, the electric will be done. And then we want to get the HVAC system repaired, the plumbing system repaired, and then all we got to do is carpentry, and we have to paint. I want to have the school ready for a grand opening community empowerment conference this summer. I want to have the Marcus Garvey Elementary School and the Nat Turner and Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium completely restored by the summertime. In order to do that, we need you to donate. In order to do that, I need you to get on your Cash App and donate to $FDMG School. I repeat, $FDMG School. I repeat, $ on your Cash App, $FDMG School. If you have PayPal, go to paypal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy, or Cash App $FDMG School. If you want to mail in a check or money order, you can make it payable to the FDMG Academy. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. This is not my school, it is our school. We're building this institution in the tradition of the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, the father of African self-determination and self-reliance. I could have opened a charter school, but I don't want the government school. I want my school. I don't want the government school. I want my school. I want to teach our kids the way we want to teach them. And I want our children to learn the way we want them to learn. I want a school where black boys don't have to worry about special ed. I want a school where black boys don't have to worry about ADHD. I want a school where black boys don't have to worry about psychiatric med or being called the N-word or being locked up or beat up by the police or expelled from getting an education. We're talking about educational revolution. We're talking about psychological reconstruction. If you didn't get the information for the school, you can text me. If you didn't get the information for the school, you can text my phone, 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. If you would like to join the Dr.P.O.P.A podcast, I have a regular podcast where I send out seminars like this by audio. The reason I don't do seminars like this anymore is because I need to raise money for my programs. So if you like what you hear tonight, if you like what you heard last night, if you like what you heard the second night of Kwanzaa, if you like what you heard the first night of Kwanzaa, you can subscribe to the Dr.P.O.P.A Political Podcast. The Dr.P.O.P.A Political Podcast. The link is in my Instagram bio. The link is in my Twitter bio. The link is in my Facebook bio. The Dr.P.O.P.A Political Podcast is $9.99 a month. We have 24 episodes. If you sign up before the new year, you will get all 24 back episodes. If you sign up for the Dr.P.O.P.A podcast before the new year, you will get all 24 of the past episodes. And I also have a For Sisters Only podcast that just started. We have a For Sisters Only podcast that just started. For the ladies out there, If you want to get some straight talk from a black man who telling you like it is, you can sign up for the For Sisters Only podcast. You could text me for the link. Now let me get back on focus. Let me get back on focus. The average black family will need 228 years in order to build the wealth of the average white family, brothers and sisters. That is insane. That is insane. Barack Obama has not spoken to that. Donald Trump has not spoken to that. Joe Biden has not spoken to that. George Bush has not spoken to that. Bill Clinton has not spoken to that. Daddy Bush has not spoken to that. Ronald Reagan has not spoken to that. Jimmy Carter has not spoken to that. Who is going to address the fact that it will take the average black family 228 years to build the wealth of the average white family? America is not going to do that for us. We have to do it for ourselves. America is not going to do this for us. We have to do this for ourselves. Next statistic. Listen to this. And for all y'all who think we doing better, 155 years later, for all of you who think we're doing better, 155 years later, let me give you this. From 1983 to 2013, from 1983 to 2013, the average wealth of white families increased 84%, which is 3 times the wealth increase of black America. I'm going to say it again. Under Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama. I'm going to say it again. Under Ronald Reagan, Daddy Bush, Bill Clinton, son Bush, and Barack Obama, from 83 to 2013, the average wealth of the white family increased 84%, which is 3 times the wealth increase of black America. So help me understand. Help me understand something. Daddy Bush and Ronald Reagan and son Bush. Son Bush and Reagan did 8 years apart, 16 years. Daddy Bush was 1 term. Daddy Bush was 1 term. So 8 years for Reagan, 8 years for George Bush Jr., that's 16. And then you add 4 years for Bush, right? Bill Clinton, 8 years in office. Barack Obama, 8 years in office. Bill Clinton and Barack Obama is 16 years of a Democratic president. Reagan, Bush, and Bush is only 4 extra years. So if the Republicans only had 4 more years, how do you explain the white families getting an 84% wealth growth and the black family getting less than 30% wealth growth? How do you explain that? How do you explain the discrimination? How do you explain the economic disparity between white wealth and black wealth? Let's keep going. We do not live in a democracy. We live in a white aristocracy. Rich whites rule poor blacks. We do not live in a democracy. We live in a white aristocracy. Rich whites rule over poor blacks. Let's continue. Let's continue. Time check. We have 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I'm getting sick and tired of black people. Every time white people do something to us, we want to boycott the school. We want to boycott the white business. We want to boycott Walmart. We want to boycott the theater. We want to boycott this white business. And we want to boycott that white business. That is not a solution. Boycotts are not solutions. Do you want to know why boycotts are not solutions? The reason why boycotts are not solutions is because you shouldn't be buying from them anyway, because you should have your own businesses. Let me say it again. The reason boycotts are not solutions is because you should have never been shopping there in the first place. You're supposed to have your own businesses. I'm tired of us begging to give our money away. I'm tired of us begging to give our money away. I'm tired of us begging to give our money away. I'm tired of us begging to give our money away. We don't need a boycott. We need full divestment, full economic divestment. That means we pull our money out of the white bank. We pull our money out of the white businesses. We pull our money out of all of the white corporations and put it into black businesses and black banks and black corporations so we can build black power. You must have black dollars in order to build the black power. Let's continue. Did you know most of the government's wealth has been used to build programs that go to white folks who are already rich? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. According to the research, most of the United States government programs to help people build wealth go to white people who are already rich. I'm going to say it again, my Democratic loving Negroes. I'm going to say it again, my Democratic Party loving Negroes. Most of the U.S. government's programs that are intended to build wealth mostly go to white families that are already rich. Next statistic. According to the National Priorities Project, 77% of all government benefits go to people who earn between $75,000 and $500,000. And you thought black people were the biggest recipients of welfare. And you thought black people were the biggest recipients of welfare. And you thought black people were the biggest recipients of welfare. I'm going to say it again. According to the National Priorities Project, 77% of all government benefits go to people who earn between $75,000 and $500,000. They've been running a scam on you. Like Brother Malcolm said, you've been had, you've been hoodwinked, you've been run amok, led astray, bamboozled, brothers and sisters. Come on, y'all. How you spending $500 million on beauty products? How you spending $500 million on beauty products? How you shopping so you can feel better? How you buying stuff you don't even need? The shopping mall is not a vacation destination. The shopping mall is not a vacation destination. The shopping mall is not a vacation destination. I already gave you the source. I'm not going to repeat myself. And by the way, the black middle class is dead, brothers and sisters. The coronavirus, one of the goals of the coronavirus was to destroy the black middle class. I'm going to say it again. Y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. One of the goals of the coronavirus was to destroy the black middle class. You don't believe me? You know how many people I know and how many people you know? Do you know how many people I know and how many people you know was living a nice middle class life until Corona hit? How many black businesses you've seen go out of business? How many black middle class people have you seen get laid off of work because they boss can't pay them no more? How many black folks who was living good before March of 2020 ain't living good right now? The coronavirus was used to destroy the independent black business owner. The coronavirus was used to destroy the black middle class. You don't have a black middle class no more. You got athletes and entertainers. You don't have a black middle class no more. You got athletes and entertainers. You don't have a black middle class no more. You got athletes and you got entertainers. Let's continue. Let's continue. We got to stop the economic coonery. We have to stop the economic coonery. We have to stop the economic coonery. We have to stop the economic coonery, and all of us are guilty. I got to do better, and you got to do better. We got to do better. I got to do better, you got to do better, and we got to do better. Stop paying attention to the coons in the comments. If you ride with me, then ride with me. If you ride with me, then ride with me. Don't worry about them. Ancestors to take care of them. You just make sure you stand on this black star line and let's push our people back to where we belong, because we don't belong on the bottom. We do not belong on the bottom, and nobody's going to convince me that. We are God's first people. We are the original man and woman. We are destined for greatness, and we are going back to it. And I don't need a Bible or a Quran to let me know that. I said we were born to be great. We are going to be great again. We are going to get back to our greatness, and I don't need a Bible or a Quran to tell me that. Let me continue. Let me continue. We do not exist to hate anybody. We exist to care for ourselves. We do not exist to put down any other group. We exist to care for ourselves. We wish everybody their best, but we will do our best. We wish everybody the best, but we will do our best. Let us continue. Listen to this. Black net worth in America has fallen by half since the year 2000. Black net worth in America has fallen by half since the year 2000. I just told you the coronavirus was partly used to kill the black middle class. All you have now are haves and have-nots. All you have now are haves and have-nots. You either have what you need to take care of your family or you don't. You either have what you need to take care of your family or you don't. First of all, the black middle class was a government creation. After integration, after the Civil Rights Bill of 64 and the Voting Rights Act of 65, the government deliberately started training and hiring black people to give you the illusion of inclusion. That's why most black middle class people are government employees. I'm going to say it again. Most middle class black people are government employees. I'm going to say it again. Most middle class black people are government employees. Think about all the black middle class people you know. They work for a state university. They work for state government, city government. They drive the bus. They police, ambulance people, and nothing wrong with this. This is all respectable. All respectable. Don't get me wrong. They are teachers. Okay? Think about all the black middle class people you know. They are government employees. Because white people don't hire black people. And the government knows this. The government knows white people don't hire black people. So they had to hire us themselves. And now the government is claiming to be struggling economically. They are shrinking the black middle class out of existence. And it started with COVID. They are shrinking the black middle class out of existence. And it started with COVID. They are shrinking the black middle class out of existence. And it started with COVID. The average white family has $141,900 in assets. The average white family has $141,900 in assets. And the average black family, 11 grand. The average white family got $171,000 of wealth, of which 141,000 is assets. And black folks, average family, only got $11,000. Who we fooling? But you out here buying Louis bags and Gucci bags. You out here buying Yeezys. You out here at Saks Fifth Avenue. You out here at Neiman Marcus trying to look better than other black folks. And we out here losing. We getting our asses kicked in this economic war. We are getting our backsides handed to us. And all you could do to feel better was to go Christmas shopping. And all you could think of to help out the community was to go shopping. We have lost our minds. Let us continue. Black people spend more money on phones, internet, and tablets than all other Americans. Did y'all hear me? Black people spend more money on the cell phone, the tablet, the internet than all other groups in America. Let me ask you a question. How can we afford to spend more time on the phone, the tablet, the internet, or cable TV when we need to be out organizing, building, and saving. How can we watch more TV? How can we surf more internet? How can we be on the phone? How can we be on the tablet? How can we be on social network all day long when we don't have no banks? We don't have no schools. We don't have no supermarkets. We don't have no hospitals. We don't have no factories. We don't have no distribution. But you got time to be on the phone all day long. You got time to be on your tablet all day long. You got time to be on the internet. When our people are out here dying, how do we have time to sit around being entertained? You Negroes are the entertainment extermination generation. You just want to be entertained until it's time to die. You just want to be entertained until it's time to die. We are the edutainment extermination generation. Distractions, distractions, distractions. And I'm trying to understand black parents. I'm trying to understand something, black parents. I'm trying to understand something, black parents. Your kid's in special ed. Your daughter got a reading disability, so you think. Your son got a math disability, so you think. Your grandkids got ADHD, so you think. Shouldn't they be studying? Shouldn't they be reading? Shouldn't they be doing math homework? Shouldn't they be at the table with the encyclopedia, the thesaurus, the dictionary? How is it the special ed kids got time for their own cell phone? If your child is in special ed for a learning disability, they should not have a cell phone. If your child is in special ed for a learning disability, they should not have the internet. If your child is in special ed for a learning disability, they should not have a TV in their room. If your child is in special ed for a learning disability, they should not have a video game unit. Did you hear me? Did you hear me, black parents? Did you hear? I'm going to say it again. If your child got an IEP for reading and math, I didn't say autism because that's real. I didn't say being deaf because that's real. I didn't say blind because that's real. I didn't say orthopedic impairment because that's real. I didn't say traumatic brain injury because that's real. Reading disabilities and math disabilities are man-made. They are not real. Reading disabilities and math disabilities, they are man-made. They are not real. And if your child got a reading disability and a math disability, his ass is lazy. That's all it is. Her ass is lazy. That's all it is. And if you got an IEP for a child with a reading disability or a math disability, I better not find a cell phone on them. I better not find a video game system. I better not find a tablet, cable TV, or a video game unit. And I don't care if you angry. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to save your black ass. If you're watching this on Facebook, I recommend you share it to your own page and make every parent you know watch it. You're watching this on Facebook, share it to your page. Make every black person you know watch it. Don't just make them watch tonight's Kwanzaa message on economics. Make them watch last night's Kwanzaa message on the black male-female relationships. Make them watch 2 nights ago Kwanzaa message on the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Make them watch the first night of Kwanzaa message on ADHD and psychiatric meds. I hate to brag, but my 7 nights of Kwanzaa seminars are the strongest and most relevant in the country. I hate to brag, but my 7 nights of Kwanzaa seminars, and this is only the 4th one. I got 3 more to go, and I done already destroyed all the competition. I don't care what the organization is. I don't care who the presenter is. There is nothing in this country that is stronger than these 4 seminars I have done thus far, and I'm only halfway through. King Kong Consciousness. I don't care if you're mad. King Kong Consciousness. I don't care if you're mad. Black Thanos. I don't care if you're mad. Notorious RBG. I don't care if you're mad. Intercontinental Ifatunde. I don't care if you're mad. There can only be one king, and I am he. Let's continue. Let's continue. Here is I think East Side High is playing. Okay. It's one of my favorite movies, Joe Clark, Lean on Me. That's where I got part of my motivation to be a school principal, from watching Joe Clark, Lean on Me. Shout out to East Side High. Shout out to Patterson, New Jersey. Shout out to Bilal. Shout out to Kalia over in Montclair. Shout out to my Jordan sisters, Queen Mother Jordan, the Jordan family, Natalie, Montrese, Tiny, all of you, Lisa, all of you. Shout out to Mr. Moody up there. Yes, sir. Next statistic. Of the $84 billion used in advertising, this is for the black media. I hope you're listening. The real black media, not the YouTubians. Of the $84 billion that is used in advertising and marketing, only $18 billion is directed at black people. Did y'all hear that? Of the $84 billion that is used in advertising and marketing every year in America, only $18 billion is directed at blacks, and only a portion of that is given to the black media. So not only are you throwing your money away to the enemy, not only are you throwing your money away to the enemy, not only are you throwing your money away to the enemy, those businesses don't even advertise with black media. They don't even advertise with the black media. So our black media companies don't even make money off of all the money you spending with Gucci and Louis and Saks and Neiman Marcus and the NFL and the NBA. They don't even use their advertising dollars to support black media outlets. And yet and still, we still buying that garbage. I'm about to hit you with some more statistics. I'm about to hit you with some more statistics, and then we're going to get into the HBCUs and the black church. Y'all ready for the black church and the HBCUs? Who ready for that? Who ready for that? Ladies, if you're ready, give me a heart. Fellas, if you're ready, give me a fist. Ladies, if you're ready, give me a heart. Fellas, if you're ready, give me a fist. Who ready to get into these HBCUs and these black churches? Who ready to get into these HBCUs and these black churches? Ladies, give me a heart. Fellas, give me a fist. Who ready to get into these HBCU presidents and these black pastors? These HBCU presidents and these black pastors. We about to get in them in a minute. But before we do, let me quote you some more statistics that I find absolutely alarming. I am not a woman. I am not a woman, don't want to be. I love being a man, and I'm sure our sisters love being the queens that they are. I am not a woman. But is there a black woman out there who can explain to me why black women are spending $54 million a year on feminine hygiene products? Black women in America spend $54 million a year on hygiene products. Why are black women spending $54 million a year on hygiene products? With all due respect, my sister, if you can't fix the loosey-goosey by now, you can't fix her. If the loosey-goosey still broke after $54 million, she gonna stay broke. I don't know what the $54 million is on feminine hygiene. That's a bit too much. We could take 10 of that and get us some schools for our little girls. We could take 10 of that and build us a couple hospitals. What's up with this $54 million on feminine honeypot products? Cookie jar correction products. But guess what? Black men, you worse than the women. Black men, you worse than the women. Black men spend $61 million on toiletries. Black men are spending $61 million on men's toiletries. Talk to me, black man. It ain't but so much cologne you can buy. Talk to me, black man. Are y'all still getting Jerry curls and S curls? Why are black men spending $61 million on toiletries? Maybe they including the barber clippers in here. I don't know. Maybe they including the barber clippers in here. I don't know. But brothers, we should not be spending $61 million on toiletries when our sons don't have schools. Our sons don't have after school jobs. Half our black men locked up because they can't get a job. And we spending $64 million to get a good shave? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you get bumps on your face and bumps on your neck, I understand you got to get some special cream for all that. But I don't understand why we spending all this money on Jerry curl juice and wave pomade. And come on, brothers. What are we doing, brothers? I heard a lot of y'all getting fake beards and fake mustaches and fake blowouts and all kind of fake stuff. I guess that's part of the $61 million. I don't know. I must be a little out of touch. I cut my own hair, so I must be a little out of touch. I cut my own hair, so I must be a little out of touch. Y'all ready for this? Black people spend $810 million a year on bottled water. If we could just take over the bottled water in our community, $810 million a year on bottled water, brothers and sisters. Deer Park, Fiji, Evian, Smart Water, all these waters, $810 million. Can somebody please start packaging some water? I'm about to start selling water for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. We need to get some African water. That's why we need a relationship with Africa, because Africa has some of the most untapped water sources in the world. Africa has streams and lakes and rivers and lagoons and ponds that have water that has never been touched. Fresh drinking water in Africa that has never been touched. If we can build a relationship, with Africa, we can import our own water from the mother continent, the best water in the world, and pay them. And now we investing in Africa at the same time we investing in ourselves. $810 million a year on bottled water is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, brothers and sisters. It is just ridiculous. Refrigerated drinks, sodas, juice, lemonade. We are spending $587 million a year on refrigerated drinks. $587 million a year on sweet tea, lemonade, ginger ale. I got to kick my ginger ale addiction. I'm a part of this problem. I got a ginger ale addiction, brothers and sisters. I'm going to try to kick my ginger ale habit in the new year, because I cannot be contributing to this. I cannot be contributing to $587 million a year in Black America on refrigerated drinks. We cannot have that. Black women, you are spending, beautiful African queens, listen to me, Black sisters. Black women are spending $151 million a year on perfume alone. Black women are spending $151 million a year on perfume alone. Can I ask black women a question? What kind of perfume are you buying? I guess you got that from Saks, Neiman Marcus, and Bloomingdale's. I guess that's some of the expensive high-end items our black queens are buying from Saks, Neiman Marcus, and Bloomingdale's. $151 million on fragrance, black women. $151 million on fragrance, black women. Are you crazy? First of all, I don't need my woman to wear perfume. I like the natural types of smells. Just put a little something in the shea butter. I like the natural types. I'm not into all that perfume. I don't need all that. Because if you're wearing perfume, I can't come up from behind you and bite your neck. If you're wearing perfume, I can't come up from behind you and give you a big Papa Bear hug after work and grab your natural hair and bite your neck. You understand? That perfume got alcohol in it. I can't do that. I like the queens to be natural. So I could come up from behind them and give them a Papa Bear hug and a nice bite on the neck. Sisters, you have to stop spending so much money on your perfume. Do we have black women making perfume? Do we have black women out there making perfume? Because if we don't have black women out there making perfume, we're going to have to get some sisters to make perfume, because this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. We're going to have to get some black folks to make some perfume for sisters, because $151 million for perfume, that's not going to cut it. That's wasted money. Look at we're talking millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, $500 million. But we ain't got no hospital, and you ain't thinking about building one. We ain't got that many schools, and you ain't thinking about building none. We ain't got that many banks, and you ain't thinking about building none. We ain't got no factories, and you ain't thinking about building none. We ain't got no distribution, and you ain't thinking about building none. But you out here spending this kind of money on junk that you don't need. We need psychological reconstruction. Economic coonery at its finest. Economic coonery at its finest. Let us continue. Guess how much money we spending in the kitchen on spices alone? Guess how much money Black America is spending every year in the kitchen on spices alone? We are spending $430 million on spice. Old Bay, paprika, oregano, salt, jerk seasoning. $430 million. That's why we got so much diabetes. That's why we got so much high blood pressure. And that's why we got so much heart disease. I'm going to say it again. That's why we got so much diabetes. That's why we got so much heart disease. And that's why we got so much high blood pressure. That's why we got so much diabetes. That's why we got so much heart disease and so much high blood pressure. Because we spending $430 million on kitchen spice. We have lost our minds. Guess how much we spend on chewing gum? Guess how much we spend on chewing gum? Guess how much Black America spends on chewing gum every year? Black America spends $122.8 million on chewing gum every year. I'm going to say it again. $122.8 million on chewing gum every year. What in the hell are you chewing? What in the heaven are you chewing that it costs us as a people $122.8 million for chewing gum, brothers and sisters? We got to get it together. If we don't save ourselves economically, we will be exterminated. If we don't save ourselves economically, we will be exterminated. I hope y'all know that. This is not a joke. It is not a game. It is not a game. If we do not come up with a serious economic program to take care of ourselves, we will be exterminated as an economic necessity. I promise you that. I promise you that. Household cleaner, $407 million on Lysol, disinfectant, dishwashing liquid, Ajax, pine sol. And I know we got to clean up. But you can't tell me that we're spending almost $500 million to clean the house up. Something ain't right. I think we're going for name brands. I think that's part of the problem with the household cleaner. I think the problem with the household cleaner is we going for name brand products instead of just getting something that will take care of the job. The house got to be clean, my sister. I agree with you. The house got to be clean. But I don't think we need $407 million a year to clean the damn house. That means every 2 years, we're spending $800 million. That's almost $1 billion every 2 years to clean. It ain't that many roach traps in the world, brothers and sisters. Cooking utensils. Black America spends $136 million on cooking utensils. $136 million on cooking utensils. Are you kidding me? How many forks, spoons, serving knives, serving baskets, drainers, frying pans? I mean, I know you like to cook you some crabs and cook you some shrimps and cook you some ribs and cook you some old nasty pork chops and chicken guts, but $136 million dollars a year? Once you buy a pan, isn't that pan good for like the next 20 years? Once you get some forks and spoons, ain't they good for like 10 years? Why we got to spend $136 million dollars every year on cooking utensils, brothers and sisters? It is very accurate, my brother. It is very accurate. Do your research. Very accurate statistics. Very accurate statistics, brother. The statistic ain't the problem. Our spending habits is the problem. Don't run away from the truth now. See, the first thing we start saying is, I don't know if that's real. And no, it's real. This is what coons do. It's very real. It's called economic coonery. It's called economic diarrhea. It's called the financial holocaust. Oh, it is very real. It is very real. And then we spend, guess how much we spend on watch? I don't wear a watch no more because I use my cell phone to tell the time. But guess how much money we spend on the Rolex watches, the Timex watches. We are the Citizen watch, all the watches. Y'all like to buy watches. Black people spend $61 million a year on watches. $61 million a year on watches. $61 million a year on watches. What kind of watch do you need to buy that we got to spend $61 million a year so you can tell time? If you need $61 million a year to tell the time, you need a psychological evaluation from Dr. Umar. If you need $61 million a year to tell the time, you need special ed. If you need $61 million a year to tell time, you need an IEP. Oh, yes, we do, sister. Black America's spending power is over $2 trillion. Somebody said we don't have that much money. You have lost your mind. Somebody said we don't have that much money. You have lost your mind. Black America is a $2+ trillion economy. We are the richest group of black people in the world, and we are the 10th richest nation on the earth. Black America is the richest group of black people in the world, and we are the 10th richest nation on the planet. Black America is the richest group of black people in the world, although we have nothing to show for it, and we are the 10th richest nation on the planet. I'm about to be real mad at what I'm about to say right now. I want y'all to listen to this next statistic. Let me get some water. $810 million. Do we have any black bottled water companies? Do we have any black bottled water companies get in contact with Dr. Umar? Do we have any black bottled water companies? Do we have any Africans out there who can set us up so we can do trade with Black Africa or Black Caribbean, because there's good water in the Caribbean islands, so we can import water and sell it through the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy to help offset the tuition for our single mothers? We need water. We need independent black water. If we got any black water companies, get in contact with Dr. Umar. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. 2021 will be the year of black psychological and economic independence. 2021 will be the year of black economical and psychological independence. Let's do it, brothers and sisters. Y'all ready for the next statistic? Time check. We have 30 minutes. I might come back after I do my full moon meditation. I might come back after I do my full moon meditation. Or I might dedicate one of the remaining 3 nights of Kwanzaa to the completion of last night's relationship seminar and tonight's economic seminar. I might dedicate one of the last 3 nights of Kwanzaa to the completion of last night's last night's black relationship seminar, which we did not finish, okay? Or tonight's economic seminar, because we're not going to finish. We're not going to finish. But let me get as much in as I can. This statistic really pissed me off. This next statistic really pissed me off. We are spending $4 million on children's cologne. I'm going to say it again. Black America is spending $4 million on children's cologne. Why does a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 13-year-old, why do our little children need cologne? My parents never bought me no cologne. The first time I put on cologne, I was either in high school or college. The first time I ever wore cologne, I was in high school or college. We are spending $4 million a year on children's cologne. Your daughter don't need no damn cologne with her hot ass. And your hard-head ass son don't need no cologne. So let me get this right. Can't spell his name, but he got cologne. Can't count, but he got some cologne on. Can't control his behavior, but he got cologne on. Don't do no homework, but he got cologne on. In special ed, got cologne. We in trouble, brothers and sisters. And y'all got the audacity to be beating Dr. Umar down, which you can't beat me down because I'm Ogun, I'm made of iron. But you got the audacity to be beating me down to help me raise an additional $250,000 on my HVAC so we can finish the school. I can't even get an extra $250,000 so we can repair our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. And you out here spending $4 million on cologne. Are you guys kidding me? I don't want to hear nothing else about fundraising for FDMG. I don't want to hear nothing else about fundraising for FDMG. I don't want to hear nothing else about fundraising on FDMG. If you can spend $4 million a year on children's cologne, that whole campus should be fixed up. All 4 buildings should be renovated, and we just trying to get 2. All 4 buildings should be renovated, and we just trying to get 2. And y'all complaining to donate to me, and you out here spending $4 million a year on children's cologne. We have lost our minds. We have lost our minds. Ethnic hair and beauty. Not weaves and perms. Ethnic hair and beauty. We're not talking about the weave and perm sisters. We're talking about the natural, nappy-headed sisters, my sisters. All of y'all my sisters. But the natural sisters, I really respect them for being bold enough, courageous enough, strong enough, self-respecting enough to go natural and stay natural. I'm going to say it again. For all my black women out there who are natural, Dr. Umar wants to say thank you for showing our little girls that there's nothing wrong with the way God made you. For all of our natural head black women, not just in America, but all around the world. I am a pan-Africanist, not just in America, but all around the world. I want to say thank you to all my natural African head women out there for being strong enough and self-loving enough to not feel the need to imitate your oppressor. Thank you, black women. I salute all my black women. From the butter pecan to the sweet brown sugar to the hot pistachio to the butter almond to the lemon meringue to the pina colada to the hot fudge and the dark caramel. thank all of you black women who are natural. And I understand it gets hard sometimes. I understand the peer pressure and the Willie Lynch chip and the coon within tries to convince you to go back to that weave. The coon within tries to convince you to go back to that perm. The coon within tries to convince you to go back to that blonde hair. It's okay if you relapse every once in a while. You will relapse when you're fighting an addiction. You will relapse when you're fighting an addiction. And fake hair is an addiction for black women. Fake hair is an addiction for black women. It's okay if you go through a relapse every once in a while, but I want you to catch yourself slipping when you're going through a relapse, and I want you to get right back on your game. When you go through a relapse, get right back on your game. Some of y'all going through a relapse right now. Some of y'all sent me an email, said, Dr. Umar, I was natural for 5 years, but I just had to go back to it. I had a relapse. I forgive you, sister. At least you went natural. At least you went natural, but I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm not going to let you off the hook. In the name of our beautiful African mother ancestors who never wore a perm. In the name of our beautiful African queen mother ancestors who never wore a weave. In the name of our beautiful African queen mother ancestors who never put blonde hair on their head, I must motivate you and encourage you and demand that you go back natural. It's okay to relapse, black woman, but I need you to get back in this fight for your natural beauty. Reclaim your natural image. There is nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with your hair, nothing wrong with the color of your skin. There's nothing wrong with your nose. There's nothing wrong with your lips. God knew exactly what he was doing when he made you, black woman. The creator don't make no mistakes. He made you that way so you would stand out amongst the women of the world, that you will stand out as the queen of humanity and the mother of civilization. Why is the mother of civilization imitating her children? Why is the mother of civilization imitating her children? Why is the mother of civilization imitating her children? I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. Go natural. I don't want to hear no excuses. You will not be admitted into the first annual Conscious Singles Convention if you are not natural. Brothers and sisters, you will not be admitted into the first annual Dr. Umar Conscious Singles Convention if you are not natural. I'm telling you now, black woman. I'm telling you now, black woman. I'm telling you now, black woman. If you are not natural, you cannot attend my conscious convention. The conscious convention means just that. It is for conscious men and for conscious women. If you are not natural, you are not conscious. I don't care what you say. We are spending $54 million on ethnic hair products. Now, you're not spending as much as the weave and perm sisters. You're not spending as much as the weave and perm sisters, okay? They're spending more than 10 times as much money as you. So that's a good thing. You're only spending a fraction of what the weave and perm sisters are spending, but $54 million is too expensive. Do we have a couple companies out there that are making natural hair care products for brothers and sisters? Do we have natural black hair care product companies? Do we have any black folks out there making natural hair care and beauty products for our community? I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question because I think this is another area where we need to partner with our Caribbean African and continental African families. I think this is another area. Ethnic hair products. Black women in Africa been wearing their hair ethnically for millions of years. Black women in Africa been wearing their hair ethnically for millions of years, and they don't have European products. So we should be able to come up with a less expensive way to take care of natural hair. Come on, brothers and sisters. These are our problems to solve. The enemy created them, but they are our problems to solve. The enemy created them, but they are our problems to solve. Guess how much money we spending on frozen meat and seafood? Guess how much money we spending on chicken wings, turkey wings, pork chops, frozen shrimp? Guess how much money we spend on frozen meat? Black America spends is that 761? $761 million on frozen meat every year. $761 million on chicken, turkey, pork, shrimp, fish. $761 million a year. That's almost $1 billion on meat. And you wonder why we got heart disease. You wonder why we got cancer. You wonder why we got all these problems, brothers and sisters. You wonder why we got all these problems, brothers and sisters. There's too much money on meat. You could build a whole Black Wall Street on your frozen meat bill. You could build a whole Black Wall Street on your frozen meat bill. You can build a whole Black Wall Street on your frozen meat bill. That is ridiculous. And the meat is toxic. We're not getting organic. It's not naturally fed. We're not getting it from the black farmers. It is toxic meat, secondhand meat, old meat, stale meat. $761 million on bad meat. We are killing ourselves and financing it too. We are financing our own destruction. We are financing our own health problems. We are financing our own mortality. We are financing our own early exit to the ancestors. Brothers and sisters, we got to do better. Brothers and sisters, $761 million a year on frozen meat, that's not going to get us liberation. That is too much money. We ain't got no schools. We ain't got no hospitals, buses, transportation, program for elders, factories, supermarkets. No Black Wall Streets in this country at all. Nowhere can you go in America and find a black hospital, black school, black bank, and black supermarket in the same place. Not a single city in Black America. That is an embarrassment. Look at the money we spending. That is an absolute embarrassment. Look at the money we spending. That is an absolute embarrassment. Look at the money we spending. This doesn't include fast food chicken. This ain't fast food. This is frozen. This is what you buy yourself. This doesn't even include fast food. We spent $1 billion on fast food by itself. Shelf juice and drink. $1 billion on shelf juice and drink. You know, the orange juice that don't have to go in the refrigerator is in a plastic container. The apple juice that don't have to go in the refrigerator is in a plastic container. The ocean spray juice, the cranberry, all those juices that we get on the shelf. $1 billion on shelf juice a year. This is not going to cut it, Black America. This is not going to, you cannot blame Donald Trump for this. You cannot blame Donald Trump for this. You cannot blame Donald Trump for this. Guess how much we spent on insect repellent? $176 million on insect repellent. $176 million on insect repellent. And you know why that's ridiculous? In Africa, they have natural herbs that they use to repel the insects. We shouldn't be spending that at all. All we have to do is practice Sankofa. All we have to do is practice Sankofa. Go back to Africa and learn from our brothers and sisters on the continent how we can produce our own safe, natural, non-toxic insect repellent. $176 million for insect repellent. That is not going to get it. That is not going to get it. We have to take responsibility or we will be exterminated. We have to take responsibility or we will be exterminated. Let's go next. Lard and cooking oil. Lard and cooking oil. Guess what y'all spending to fry those chicken wings? Guess what y'all spending? Guess what y'all spending? To fry that fish. We are spending $352 million a year on lard, grease, and cooking oil. $352 million on lard, grease, and cooking oil. Brothers and sisters, are you crazy? Brothers and sisters, are you crazy? First of all, you shouldn't be eating fried food. You should not be eating fried food. You should not be eating fried food. The number one killer of Americans, especially black Americans, is heart disease. You should not be eating fried food. The number one killer of Americans, especially black Americans, is heart disease. You should not be eating fried food. We should not have a $352 million lard and cooking oil bill. If you add the frozen meat, $761 million on frozen meat, and you add that to the lard and oil, that's over $1 billion just to give yourself heart disease. We are spending $1 billion a year so we can get heart disease. Lord have mercy. We are a psychologically sick and dysfunctional and pathetic people. $1 billion between frozen meat and cooking grease, which you should not be eating either one at all. We are financing our own Holocaust. We are the first people in human history to help finance their own Holocaust. We are the first people in human history who are helping to finance our own Holocaust. Guess how much we spend on detergent? $830 million on washing detergent. $830 million on washing detergent. Somebody's crazy. And I know why you're spending so much money on washing detergent, because you're paying attention to the brand. We're spending too much money on brand name bleach and brand name washing detergent. And I do know there's a black-owned detergent company. There is a black-owned detergent company out there. There is a black-owned detergent company out there. Brother Troy, who's from Philadelphia, who took my Ifatunde course, he is a distributor for a black-owned detergent company. See, this is why we need the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. This is why we need the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, so we can have a black producer and distributor conference so everybody who wants to buy black can buy black. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Everybody who wants to buy black can come to the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus once a month. We will have a Black Wall Street shopping extravaganza. Food, music, all black producers, black business owners. You can shop black once a month at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Guess how much we spend to barbecue our food? Charcoal and barbecue logs is costing us $43 million a year. Charcoal and logs is costing us $43 million. It ain't that much barbecue in the world. It ain't that much barbecue in the world. And I know in the South, it never get cold. So y'all be barbecuing down south all the time. It never gets cold down there. But $43 million is too much for a backyard barbecue so you can eat some heart disease. Stop financing your own mortality. Brothers and sisters, I have to wrap it up. We are not done. I didn't get to the black church. I didn't get to the HBCUs. I didn't get to Dr. Umar's reparation program. I didn't get to how Black Africa and Black America can work together to reclaim our greatness. We're going to do it before Kwanzaa is out. I'm going to choose one of the days in Kwanzaa to finish my economic message. And I'm going to choose one of the days in Kwanzaa to finish my relationship message from last night. As I close and get ready for the full moon meditation tonight that all of you should be participating in at 10:28, so we can access the blessings and gifts of the great divine mother energy that comes from the one almighty supreme architect and power of the universe. Rochester, New York, I will see you Saturday, January the 2nd at Allah's Kitchen, 2 to 8. Rochester, New York, I will see you Saturday, January the 2nd at Allah's Kitchen in Rochester. The new year starts in Frederick Douglass City. The new year starts in Frederick Douglass City. The new year starts in Frederick Douglass City. Rochester, January the 2nd, 2 to 8. No tickets, no registration, meet and greet, special ed drop-in. If you have questions for your children, let me know. You need me to look at the paperwork? I can take a look at your paperwork for free. Rochester on the 2nd, the very next day, Buffalo, New York, January the 3rd, at the Alfonso Rafi Green Jr. Center, Buffalo, New York, Fillmore Street, the Alfonso Rafi Green Jr. Center, 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Brooklyn, New York, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, 71st, 72nd birthday commemoration on his birthday, Tuesday, January the 12th, in Brooklyn, New York. Charleston, South Carolina, we will be at the Diamond Cuts Barber Lounge for the Black Parent Advocate book release on Friday, January the 15th, Dr. King's birthday. Dr. King's birthday, not the holiday, his birthday. Friday, January the 15th, Diamond Cuts Barber Lounge, Goose Creek, free, no tickets, no registration, Black parent drop-in, special ed clinic. Bring your questions and your paperwork. Macon, Georgia for the first time. Macon, Georgia for the first time. Macon, Georgia for the first time. Saturday, January the 16th at the Homeland Cultural Center in Macon, Georgia. Saturday, January the 16th. All 4 events are 2 to 8. Rochester 2 to 8. Buffalo 2 to 8. Goose Creek, South Carolina, 2 to 8. Macon, Georgia, 2 to 8. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, that's not a book release. That's 4 to 6 in Brooklyn on Tuesday, January 12th. If you need flyers, text my phone, 215-989-9858. If you need flyers, text my phone, 215-989-9858. Sign up for the Dr.P.O.P.A podcast. Text me for the link. Sign up for the For Sisters Only podcast. Text me for the link. If you enjoyed tonight's seminar and you want to make a personal donation to Dr. Umar, Cash App, $ Dr. Umar Johnson. If you want to make a personal donation to Dr. Umar, Cash App, $ DrUmarJohnson. No period, brother and sister. But donate to the school. Donate to the school. $ FDMG School. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. I love y'all. Happy Kwanzaa. We got 3 more nights, and then we have the new year. It is peace and Black power.